Hello everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith. I'm excited today to be unboxing Heroes of Terrinoth. For those of you that remember Warhammer the Adventure card game, this is a revisioning, revitalization, however, whatever you want to call it really. This is getting that game back out into the market with new design mechanics. We have Adam and Brady Sadler, the designers of Street Masters and a number of other games. They are the ones behind the design of this particular one, which has now been rethemed and changed and revised in order to fit a cooperative card game narrative-based gameplay. It doesn't have campaign play in the box from what I understand, but it does have scenario-driven and character-driven storylines. But the hope is in the future the campaign system will come out for this, which will then even enhance it further. I believe there's 8 scenarios in the box. We'll check that out when we get inside. Wanted to let you guys know, of course, this one's Fantasy Flight Games, as it shows right on the front of the box. So it's a lot easier to see everything without the shrink wrap on. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off, and we'll take a look at the exterior of the box. So here's the game in all its glory without any shrink wrap on. The front cover is extremely eye-catching. I'm going to show you guys the sides of the box all the way along so you can get a good idea as to which way you'd like to show it. No matter which way it is on your shelf, it's got unique art on all sides, something I really like. So you can show off whichever side you think is the coolest. On the very back of the box here, I'll just go ahead and read this for you guys. This says, "Strike back at the foes of Terrinoth. As the ancient Bloodguard sows discord in the free cities, an undead army arises to threaten the Mistlands. Terrinoth needs new champions. In Heroes of Terrinoth, you and your friends fight back against deadly creatures and powerful foes. Take on the role of unique heroes, upgrade into new, powerful classes to expand your abilities, and conquer 8 perilous quests, each with its own special dangers." Pretty cool. So if you're familiar with the Runebound, Rune Wars, Descent, all that good stuff, this is following in that type of world or universe. So we should probably take off the top on the box. We've seen enough of the exterior. Let's dig into Heroes of Terrinoth. Well, I am extremely excited about this. Here we go. This is the box cover again, nice up and close. You can see that. First thing you're going to see when you open up the box is you're going to see an advertisement for Keyforge. Of course, this is Fantasy Flight's catalog. The majority of their games and everything are always in here, so there's a ton of stuff. And to be totally honest, I'm a fan of a large majority of these ones. I actually own quite a few of them, like Fallout, Imperial Assault, Arkham Horror LCG, all that kind of stuff. There's a bunch of these that I like. Some of them I'm not a fan of, but the majority of them I do really like. Rulebook here. So rulebook off the top. Again, it's actually not very thick, surprisingly, so it should be quick and easy to learn. That's nice, not having a massively over thick rulebook. So 16 pages. If you take out the credits and you take out the back reference, you're talking 14 pages of rules. And of course, you got clarifications at the back. So really, at the end of the day, to learn this thing, it shouldn't really take too much time. You can see a little bit about how they've structured the rulebook in here and how it looks, the spacing, the illustrations, all that kind of stuff. We're not going to focus on that too long. Components are there, but we're going to see the components in real time. So that's the rule book. Moving on here, we've got the scenarios. So you got a Ziploc kind of bag here with all the different scenarios in them. There should be 8, so I'm going to just open this up. We'll take a closer look at each of these as you're taking a look at the tokens that are in the box. So we have what's called the Goblin Problem, which is one of the scenarios, a Foul Ritual, Battle in the Mistlands, the Cursed Codex, the High Ground, the Dreadful I can't even say that. I'm not going to even try to say it. I might butcher it. The Siege of Astil, the Silvered Mirror, Silvered Mirror, and the Goblin Problem again. So there is 8, which is really cool. On the back of each of these things, there's like an actual story-driven thing right here where you can actually read some nice flavor text as well as showing your setup instructions, your victory and defeat conditions. That's really cool. So it's all right there, nice and easy reference, very small, not going to take up a ton of space. That's very handy. Next up we have tokens. So you have a nice punch board of tokens here. Again, I can't specify what's what, except I know for sure that's a first player marker. I won't go ahead and take the shrink wrap off this because the shrink wrap is actually only on 1 cardboard level. So everything you're seeing here in the shot currently is basically what there is. So put that aside. Damage tokens and whatnot, of course. Then we get into the base box itself. So typical Fantasy Flight fashion, you have like a nice illustration on the inside. You can turf the insert if you want to add extra space. People will probably do that with time. The dice here look pretty cool and unique. Can't tell you exactly what all the symbols mean just yet until I actually give the game a shot. But these are pretty cool looking. These are interesting for sure. They have lots of different symbols on them. Some have doubles, and they're curved dice on the edges. They're nice. They're colorful. Looks like there's 3 white, 3 black. Perfect. We've got 3 decks of cards to go through, so let's go through these one at a time. The first one we'll go through is this one right here. This is quite a large pile of cards right here, and this should have, looks like our heroes in it as well, so that could be kind of exciting to see what kind of characters you can be. So, I'm going to give you a kind of a quick overview of all the different characters here. So we've got the Elder Monk, we got the, okay, I'm actually just going to flip through all these instead of saying them, and you can actually just enjoy the view, basically. So these are all the different heroes that you're going to be able to use in this particular game. And there's quite a few of them, actually. So there's a large selection, which is one of the pluses in this one. That's going to be really, really nice, is that you can switch things up, try different classes. You can see down there in the very bottom above the name. There's different classes, and of course you got your monster cards themselves. So I'll put those aside. Monster cards like zombies. Gonna have bandits. Cave spider. Rat swarms. Dark priests. War warriors, goblin archers, changelings, sorcerers, all kinds of crazy creatures and stuff like that. They're all going to pop up at different times based on the scenario that you're playing. Very cool. Illustrations are really nice. Cards are nice. Good quality. This is going to be interesting. Really excited for this one. Been waiting for this one to come out for a while. Alright, so that is that deck. The next major deck we'll take a look at is this one in the back here. Quite large as well. This one probably has items and all the special scenario-driven type stuff that you're going to pick up. Unique things, so field medicine, clobber. I don't know exactly what each of these are, so let's go over. I'll give you a quick look at the backs of these cards so you can get an idea as to what the look of the cards will be in the decks. Because I don't know what is what just yet, but you can at least see kind of how the design has panned out for the backs of these cards anyway. Pretty cool. Easily identifiable between all the different decks. Going back to the front here, so we got a bunch of these. Healing, nature cards, strikes, prayers, all kinds of stuff. The artwork on the cards is also really, really good. I'm going to kind of give you a nice zoomed in look at that so you can enjoy that. It's pretty cool. This should be fun. This should be fun. Lots and lots of cards. Ruins. Okay, so now we're getting into, looks like locations. That's cool. So you're actually going to be traveling around like the road. You'll be in monuments, towers, riverbank. That's awesome. I like that because it's going to give it that theme, that feeling of moving from place to place. That's awesome. That's very cool. Reference cards, again, always handy to know exactly what you can do. On the opposite side, just a regular back. The last deck of cards is very, very small. They're mini cards, so we can go through these fairly quickly. These are probably going to relate back to the heroes that you're choosing and your abilities, possibly. Here's the back of some of the cards. So there's, ooh, interesting, okay. That's what the backs look like. A lot of those blue ones. Okay, a few of these, a few of those. All right. Flip it over to the side. So we got conditions probably. Poison conditions, weaken conditions, focused, book of stars. So now we're getting into some items. So these are different things that you'll potentially run into in the game. You might end up obtaining. Events, bear trap. Don't want to get caught in a bear trap, that's for sure. Falling debris, lots of events. So these are events, and that's why you get a ton of the events, because you got to have that variation in there. That's very cool. Oh, interesting. I'm really psyched to try this. This is going to be really cool. Guys, that's it. That is everything that comes inside Heroes of Terrinoth. There is, just so you guys know, there has recently been released a playmat for this as well, and I'm going to be picking that up. I may have that in time for the playthrough. If not, I will wait until I get it so that I can use it. I think it would be really cool to do that. But just want to let you know that you can pick up a playmat for this game, which again gives you nice organized areas to put your cards in different decks. Very similar to like Arkham Horror, the card game, and things like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully, if you're interested in the game, this gives you a good look at what you're going to expect inside the box. As always, keep on rolling solo.